Hey guys, welcome to week 30 of the Virtus Performance Podcast. For all you guys who have been listening for the last 29 weeks, thank you very much. You're all a bunch of legends. If you have been enjoying it, please share, please subscribe, please get all kinds of up and around it. Today I sat down and chatted to one of our performance coaches here at Virtus, Maddy Tilley. Maddy is an absolute superstar. She's an amazing footballer. She is one of the nicest humans you'll ever meet and someone that doesn't give herself enough pats on the back. So that was a recurring theme in today's podcast. She's travelled the world. She's done heaps of cool stuff and she's currently sitting in front of me trying to find her purpose. And it's something that we've been working on for a little while that we're getting there. We're working on it. So right at the end of the podcast, she fumbled and struggled for her favourite quote. She couldn't find it, but we found it. So, Maddy, I'll leave it to you.
All right. So it's Anson Dorrance. The challenge isn't someone else. The challenge is within. It's the aching in your lungs and the burning in your legs and the voice that yells can't, but you don't listen. You just push harder. Then you hear a voice whisper can, and you realise the person you thought you were is no match for the one you really are.
Good. There's about 80 minutes of that kind of fire to follow, so enjoy. My personal and business goal is to be just a little bit better every day. I believe everyone, especially normal people, have a story to tell. The Virtus podcast exists to help us all find small ways of consistent improvement by discussing the journey and experiences of each of our guests. Maddy Tilley.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
I tried to pull out as long as I could, but here we are.
We got here. I've been looking forward to this for a while because even though you don't say much, I think you think fairly deeply most of the time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
I just gloss over the surface, and then other times when I actually start thinking about things, it kind of dives in deeper.
And then the magic happens.
Yeah.
First question for you.
Well, here we go.
What gets you out of bed in the morning? Or mid-morning? Or afternoon?
Food, to be honest with you.
Perfect.
Yeah, like this morning I was kind of lying in bed and I was like, oh, there's eggs. There's eggs in the fridge. There's goat cheese in the fridge. There's aloe in the fridge. How can I stay here all day when that's calling my name?
Coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I know, it's so weird. You're like the only person ever.
The black sheep of my family and the Virtus.
You're definitely the black sheep of Virtus not drinking coffee.
I thought that was going to make or break me getting into the internship when you asked me that.
Mm-hmm. You did say no.
Oh God. I'm out. I'm out already.
Well, apart from fueling the athletic machine that is Maddy Tilley, from a philosophical point of view, what gets you out of bed in the morning?
I don't think that's a question I know the answer to yet.
That's fair.
It's something that I'm still kind of searching for.
Yeah.
Some days, well, it's different every day.
What are the usual things that get you out of bed? What do you do with your life at the moment?
I work at Virtus in the maze. Part of 2 cults now, apparently.
2 cults. What's your role at the maze?
So I was a supervisor, but now I'm just a regular,
just a pleb,
run-of-the-mill cafe gal, which is nice not having any responsibility anymore, to be honest.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Pump that off right before summer, and I'll just cruise on through.
Good. And Virtus?
I suppose performance coach.
Yeah. Talk me through your role as a performance coach at Virtus.
Well, I feel like you could answer that better than I could.
It's your podcast, man. Talk to me.
My role as a performance coach at Virtus, I do a bit of group training here and there with the VGT legends and coach a junior athlete, Paddy, with the Edwards Athletics program.
Awesome.
He's an absolute legend. And then just my kind of one-on-one clients.
What's your perfect client? What kind of one-on-one clients do you love having?
I honestly love the footy girls. I love when they come in and they're like, look, we're in pre-season or whatever time of the year it is. Just want to get fitter and stronger and dominate at whatever sport they're playing. It doesn't have to be footy.
Yeah.
I think female athletes are probably my favourite.
Is it because you play football as well and you love that team environment?
Yeah, that team. I've played sport like my whole life. That team environment's like everything. Yeah.
When did you first start playing sport?
I think I was in year 1 or 2. I was at a friend's birthday party, and one of my other friends was there, and her mum was a basketball coach and was trying to get a team up and running for our school year. And she was like, "You're tall, you're coming." And I was like, "What?" She's playing netball, and I was like, "I'll play basketball. I don't know." So that was it.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
And then how did you get from basketball into football?
Well, I think growing up, I always played footy, like running around in the backyard with Dad and my brother, kicking the ball around. And then I was that weird older sister who played football on the oval at lunchtime with her brother and all his mates who were like 2 years younger than me. So that was pretty much all of primary school. And then high school, they actually had like girls footy that you could play, and so I tried out for the team, and it was pretty awesome. And couldn't really find a team in our area to play, and then a mate asked me to play soccer instead.
Yeah.
So I did that. Kind of got sold down the river and told that I was a goalkeeper because I could catch a ball and I wasn't scared of it. So I ended up as a goalkeeper.
Goalie?
Yeah. It was a bit of fun, actually.
Good.
I miss it sometimes. But, and then kind of came back from Canada, went to play soccer again, and kind of got there, and the club and the team was in shambles a little bit.
How long ago was this?
2015. Late 2015. So I filled in for a couple of games right before I went up to Fraser Island for my sister's wedding, and kind of took a dive and scraped some skin off my shin and got to Fraser Island. And my mum was like, "I told you not to play soccer. You have to get, be in a wedding with this giant scrape on your leg." I was like, "Sorry, Mum." Story of my life. And then I had another friend who I played basketball with, and she was like, "Oh, just come play footy," and I haven't looked back since.
Awesome. What team did you play for your first year?
So I played Seaford for my first year.
So you've been at Seaford the whole time?
Yeah, so 2 years at Seaford, kind of, went on down there and almost walked onto the VFL team straight up.
Oh, head bobble.
Yeah.
That's really
that
cool.
from the best ones.
That's really cool. What have you learned playing footy for the last couple of years?
Oh, a lot. Going from playing goalkeeper at soccer, where you kind of throw yourself at the ground a lot, but you don't necessarily run.
Yeah.
To football, where playing the ruck, where like I'm running everywhere. Running is just a different stressor on your body. Like, you obviously learn that, but until you actually do it, it's so different.
Yeah.
And I think I've had to focus on recovery and things like that a lot more than playing soccer. So that's something.
Well, I think for guys that have played football since they were 6 and 7, they've had every year is a little bit more stress on their body to be able to deal with the stress of playing football. So when you get you girls, and obviously it's been amazing to see how quickly women's footy's grown over the last couple of years. It's been crazy. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But you girls are dealing with all that stress that the guys are, but you don't have the 5, 6, 7, 10 years of
building into it and dealing with it.
Yeah.
Especially to jump into that top level and play against all the girls that are in the AFL. It was crazy.
It must be pretty cool though.
Yeah, you kind of run out into the field, and I remember playing Darabin Falcons, and I was running around, and I saw this person run past, and I was like, "Oh, you look really, really familiar." I don't know why. And it was literally towards the end of the game, I'm like, "Oh yeah, she plays for Melbourne. She was on TV the other week. That's why."
That old chestnut.
Yeah. So that was really, really cool. And then watching my teammates get drafted as well, that was so awesome.
Awesome. How many of your teammates have been drafted so far?
It was... I don't want to leave
a few?
I think 5 got officially drafted, but 6 ended up playing. And then this year there'll be 5 of them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Back on injuries for a second, have you found that there seems to be more injuries in the girls' footy than you would have expected? Have you had a few girls go down with soft tissue stuff and overuse stuff, or has it been you guys have been pretty lucky?
I think there's been a few injuries, like your classic ACL. I reckon I saw 4 or 5 teammates across basketball and footy go down with an ACL last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I expected that, honestly, which is terrible to say, but I think that's just the scope of women's sport a little bit. But knowing the lack of kind of, especially at our club, like physiotherapy support and strength and conditioning stuff that we built into training, and potentially our running loads as well weren't probably what they needed to be ready for a season. I honestly think that there probably should have been more injuries.
It's pretty good then when you see all those holes in your physical preparation.
Yeah.
And you can kind of go, well, there's that hole, and we, as a group, majority of you tend to get through relatively unscathed.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how, but we did. There were injuries, but there's always going to be injuries playing sport. Yeah. Especially when you run at each other and hit people.
As a contact sport, you're going to get hurt. Yeah. But if we can start to reduce that injury load, soft tissue injuries and overuse injuries and mismanagement injuries, we can get everyone on the park more, which is the goal.
Well, I mean, from my 2 years there, I did see a step up in the second year. We got some strength and conditioning people that came down and got on board, and we had a physio get on board as well. So
awesome.
Yeah, it definitely
keep getting better.
Yeah, exactly. I think that standard lifted because the VFL kind of stipulated that we had to, but now Steve doesn't have that VFL license anymore, so I don't know what will happen down there. But
do you guys know? So, what team are you guys playing, or what league are you guys playing in?
Well, the 3 teams at Seaford will be Division 1, Division 2 and then Development League.
Yeah.
If we get the 3 up again.
Cool.
So, where I'll be playing remains to be seen a little bit. But
yeah. So, for those that don't follow women's football or don't understand how it all works, how is it structured now with AFL and BFL and local
So, the AFLW will run February to, early Feb to late or early April. Early April.
Yeah.
Or late March. Anyway.
8 weeks.
This year. So that'll be that, and then those players will then return back to their VFL clubs. Yeah. Which that system's changed a little bit this year. With a lot of the local clubs who have the VFL licence have kind of disbanded a little bit, and they've kind of fallen into the hands of men's VFL clubs or AFL affiliates. So that'll be a little bit all over the place, I think. Some of the AFL clubs want their AFL players to go to their VFL clubs, and then others want to go back to the club they've been playing at the whole time. Yeah, it'll be an interesting system as they work it out for the next 3, 4, 5 years. But I'm sure, when it gets to that 3, 4, 5 year mark, it'll have, AFL, VFL. Yeah, well, that's the obvious end goal that they're looking for. And the changes were going to happen probably sooner rather than later. So definitely. Yeah, and then so it goes kind of AFL, and then whatever state you're playing in, that top league, so Victoria's VFL, and then from there the states kind of divide into the divisions, kind of like the men's, and then Division 1, Division 2, Development League. That's cool. Yeah. And you've been selected to try out at the Saints? Yeah, Southern St Kilda. Awesome. Or as part of Saints AFL Club. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Was that always the goal, to, I guess, play up those high levels? I suppose a couple of years ago when I walked into Seaford, I was just wanting to have a bit of fun and try something different and stay active. And like I said, growing up in that team environment, I absolutely love it. So that was my first goal, and then I started playing VFL that first year, and I think I had kind of one stint where I played in our reserves for a little bit, and then back into the VFL. And then last season was my goal. My goal was to play every game, and I hit that. So awesome. Yeah, then I kind of went off to Europe, and all this news started coming in about where the new teams were going to be, and people were like, oh my God, have you registered your interest to try out yet, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, I just need a break from football, leave me alone. But got home, and I kind of decided that I'd be stupid to not at least try. So I'd probably be disappointed with myself if I didn't at least try. So I gave it a crack. I think I only put my expression of interest into the local teams. I think Casey, maybe Box Hill, and St Kilda. Got the call to go down to St Kilda for a trial day, and how'd it go? It was a bit hard. It was last week, right? No, that was a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think the 17th. Yeah, something like that. Because I'm not allowed to run, bit of a hip injury at the moment, so I'm actually listening to managing that. Yeah, actually listening to Greg and Ash this time around, so not running. Good. So couldn't really do any of the physical testing. I could just do the ball skills, and even then there was a few of those that I probably jogged a little bit more than I should have, but then had to kind of bow out as they got a little bit more intense. So I was kind of there. I was like, I can't really do much other than the ball skills, so I just do my best with that and try and get around to the girls and cheer them on, and didn't expect to.
But you were there, and you were there, and you were giving it a crack.
Yeah, I introduced myself to the coaches and stuff, and that's all I could do, I suppose.
I think it would have been really easy for you to just use that hip injury and go, oh, you know what, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to do it. But it was cool to see you just give it a crack regardless, and hopefully keep moving forward.
Hopefully they show a little bit of faith and a bit of patience with my hip, and it improves, and we're good to go by the time season rolls around, but we'll see. But yourself and my brother both said that if they want to take themselves seriously as a VFL club, they have to acknowledge that this is the time of year people are rehabbing injuries.
Mm-hmm.
They were really understanding. So
it'll be interesting because like they've got to make decisions as well. And
exactly.
When people are running and people aren't, it'll be fingers crossed for you, because I think you'll do really well if you actually make it happen. Have you thought about adding basketball and soccer back to that training load, or are you done with those?
With soccer, like as a goalkeeper, once I commit, I can't play two sports. I can't have them overlapping, because if it was footy versus soccer, I'd probably choose soccer purely because, like, I'm a goalkeeper. I have to be there. Like, this is probably going to sound a little bit cocky, and in no means do I mean it to sound that way, but like, it's hard to replace a goalkeeper. And
it's hard to replace a ruckman.
It is, but I think, like, in football, you can find someone else who can run and jump at a ball.
Yeah.
Goalkeeping's, like, people just say goalkeepers are nut jobs, really. We're just crazy. We just throw ourselves in front of a ball at the ground and in front of people, and I got kneed in the head once. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that. All right, let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about school.
All right.
When you were going through high school, did you know what you wanted to be when you grew up?
No. If we roll right back to primary school, I wanted to be Lauren Jackson. Awesome. I just wanted to be her. But then I kind of stopped growing and wasn't that great at basketball. And I was like,
So the two things you needed, extreme height and to be good at basketball, you didn't quite have.
Exactly, and sometimes even if you just have the extreme height, they'll let you get away with the basketball skills because you're just so much taller than everyone else. But like, I'm tall, but I'm not quite that tall. So
when you realised you couldn't be Lauren Jackson, what was the what did you want to be?
I think a vet, to be honest. A vet? And then I think it was my mum, she was like, would you be able to put down an animal? And I was like, oh, Mum.
That's really sadistic from Maddy Tilley.
She's like, look, if you can, that's fine, then go and study it. But I don't want you to go and study it if you get to the end and go, I couldn't actually put down someone's animal. And I was like, oh,
that's one of the perks of the job you don't necessarily think about.
Yeah. No, and I was like, yeah, okay, she makes a point.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I kind of floated through the rest of high school, tossing around a few ideas. Like, I think I wanted to be an architect at one point, maybe graphics design at another point.
Yeah.
And then finished school and had to, like, nominate preferences for uni. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll just do a science degree at Melbourne, because my science teacher was like, yeah, do something cool.
Yeah, do science.
And like, I looked up to her a lot, so I was like, yeah, okay. And then Mum and Dad were like, yeah, that's cool, you could, like, you know, go and be a vet and stuff. I'm like, cool. So then I kind of started studying science, and I was like, this is for me. Like, I quit after 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waited till after the census date too. That was
really after.
I know.
Oh yes.
I know. And I was like, do I just keep going and finish the semester? I was like, I'm probably not going to pass anything anyway. So I just kind of silently bowed out.
It happens.
Yeah.
But it's good that you were able to make that decision.
Yeah. So I was like 2012, I think. And then I spent the rest of the year working full-time at McDonald's.
Nice.
Which is a high point.
Hey, nothing wrong with working at McDonald's.
Yeah, no.
Hey, everyone needs their nuggets.
Exactly, and I provided those nuggets. They were hot, fresh, and quick out that kitchen. I don't know, it was kind of fun. Every time, like, I end up at McDonald's now, which isn't very often, but I'm standing there, I'm like, I can still do all of this.
Yeah.
But I always kind of said that if working full-time at McDonald's doesn't make you want to go out and do something else, then you'll just stay there forever.
Yeah.
And I knew pretty quickly that I wanted to get out of there and do something else with my life.
Yeah, and then what did you move on to from there?
That was when I started health science at Deakin. So I think I was watching the Olympics in 2012 in London, before and after work, whenever I could fit it in.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, I think it was the US women's soccer team play Canada. It was like a semi-final, and they just went goal for goal the whole time. It was like 3-3 at the end of extra time, and there was like a minute 30 left. And it's counting down. There's about 30 seconds left, and I was like, okay, this is going to penalties. And then America scored, and I was like, what the hell? Like, they just didn't give up, and I was like really inspired by that.
That's awesome.
It just kind of struck a chord with me.
Come back to that one moment.
Yeah, and that kind of, I can roll it back even, I think, to when I quit uni, and then just the trail of events that happened to kind of get me to where I kind of am now was kind of really clear, which is cool.
It's awesome.
So like sometimes people are like, do you regret like going to uni and then quitting? I'm like, no, because if I didn't do that, then this wouldn't have happened and this wouldn't have happened, and it kind of just keeps rolling, and then I'm like, and then I wouldn't be doing this, and they're like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like it might not be clear at the time, but you can look back later and realise that things actually do happen for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Do you think, would you look at your time at Melbourne Uni and say it was a failure?
No, I don't think so. Because I realised that like studying what I was studying, I think I had 4 subjects. It was an architecture subject, which is something that always had interested me.
Yep.
Chemistry, biology and physics.
Yep.
And absolutely hated physics. Chemistry was like, okay.
Why did you hate physics? Was it because of just the subject matter, or
I think at the time
dense it was?
Just went straight over my head, to be honest. And like it was me and my mate from high school sat in that class together, and we were like, what the hell is happening?
Did you do physics at high school?
No. I think that's probably why.
Yeah, and then physics or uni is one of those places that if you have a little bit of interest and a little bit of understanding of a topic,
you're good to go.
It's incredibly easy it's incredibly easy, but it's a lot easier to figure it out.
Yeah.
But if you go in blind, the lecturers aren't there as like high school teachers are to sit there and help you and
like really break it down for you and take it nice and slow. It's like uni's like subjects at warp speed. They've got like 10 weeks to just cram everything in.
Yeah. And do it while you're sitting there half asleep.
Yeah, with like
trying not to check Facebook.
100 other people in a lecture hall. But like the amount of times I'd be sitting in a lecture theatre and you'd look forward and someone would be like, some dude was watching curling in class one day. Like, of all the things, curling.
Yeah, but it might have been more exciting than...
Yeah, true. And then this other chick was like looking up on Google, looking at pictures of deer, and I was like, what is happening?
But that's more exciting than sitting in a lecture.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I've now after coming out of uni and teaching ourselves and doing our internship, and you've done it, which we'll talk about soon. It's like sitting down, staring at a screen for 3 hours and 2 hours just isn't most people's way of learning. I
think I could do it for maximum an hour. Those 2 hour lectures just killed me.
Yeah, knees zone out and just waste your time.
And you zone back in, you're like, wait, what are we talking about? Oh my god.
You missed 2 slides and you...
Yeah, exactly. So what I did, physics, chemistry, biology and architecture, and I quickly realised that I loved the biology side of it.
That's cool.
But the rest was hit or miss. Like I could live without it. And I was like, alright, so at least we know that's something. And then, as I said, pull me. Like the challenge, it was like quit uni, was working full time at McDonald's, was watching the Olympics, and then I was like, oh, that's really cool. Learn a lot more about the US women's team, and then their physical preparation coach Dawn Scott, and like started looking more into that. I'm like, that'll be something that'll be really cool to do.
Yeah.
And then I found the health science degree. Well, it was double degree. I started in arts health science.
There you go.
And then, because I was working at McDonald's that whole time, became really good friends with one of the girls there, and then she was like, oh, come play soccer at Seaford, and then I was playing soccer at Seaford, and then that rolled into how I got my job at the Maze, and then being at the Maze meant I could go on student exchange, and it just kind of all snowballed from there.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. When you started your health science degree, did you realise, this is where I should be?
No. I started health science and an arts degree. And I think the original plan was to use the arts for psychology, because you could at that point, and then do exercise science and nutrition in the health science side. But then the day we got there, our like info session before we picked subjects, they were like, so as of this year, arts is not like classifying psychology anymore. That falls under health science. So I was like, oh my god, why?
Timing.
Yeah. So then I think I did like a photography subject and a creative writing subject, which was just random.
Awesome.
Yeah, the creative writing subject was actually really cool.
Yeah. And
the photography was cool too, but like I'd done that in high school. But yeah, I got to end of first semester and an email came around, like an automated email, like, if you want to drop either part of your double degree, just email us, set up a time for us to talk and you can. And I was like, yep, okay.
So yeah.
So part of the arts.
Would you have kept going if you didn't get that email?
With the art side, no, but yes, with the health science.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really good because I was kind of getting to the end of those two subjects under the arts umbrella, I suppose, and I was kind of like, I don't know what my arts major is going to be.
Mm.
And I was looking at the list that we had and I was like, oh my god, I don't even know. So it was kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
That email came around and I was like, yes.
That's cool. It's cool that you can come back to like one game of soccer and one email as two kind of turning points. Or
yeah, it was literally our last game of the year and this girl called Sarah needed a lift and I was like, yeah, jump in. So I drove her to our game. I think it was a home game to an away game. I think I played both actually. I think that happened a lot in my 2 seasons there. I played 2 games of soccer because we had 2 teams, but with injuries and stuff, like there were goalkeepers all over the place. They were all injured, so I was like, yeah, I just played both all week.
Yeah.
So I drove her to the second game and I was saying how I needed a new job because McDonald's was just not really doing a lot for me anymore. And she was like, oh, I work at the Enchanted Maze Garden, shoot me your resume and I'll get you an interview. So I literally, on the Monday, shot her an email. I had an interview later that week and then I started like the next Saturday.
How good.
Yeah. It was a really quick turnaround.
Sliding doors. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
really, really cool.
It was so cool.
So when did you start working at the Maze? Give me a timeline.
End of 2013, I think.
Awesome. And you were doing your health science degree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were doing the health science degree, did you kind of know, well, this is what I'm going to do when I finish, or here's where I want to be in 5 years?
No. I had... Not until I kind of came here and you guys were like, goal setting. I was like, I've never really looked too far forward.
Yeah.
Kind of, I started that degree and I knew that I wanted to do student exchange because I've just always had a fascination with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty much all I knew. I was like, I know I like learning this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it in learning it in the environment that uni is, but I like learning it and I'm just going to finish and see what happens.
That's pretty cool because I think too many people finish school and go to uni and feel as though they have to know what they want to do.
Oh, I won't lie. I stressed about it a lot.
That was my next question. Is it something that you're kind of anxious about?
Oh yeah. There was a lot of breakdowns.
Do you think it had to be though?
I don't know. Probably not. Like the worrying about it wasn't solving anything.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't helpful, but I think it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That like society expectation that you're going to go to uni and find a job and start working towards it. And I think like what stresses me the most sometimes, and it still does, is like all the things that I want to do and I just feel like I'm on this rush timeline when in reality I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
is that, I guess, like self-driven rush, or is it from external factors like friends and family?
Completely self-driven rush. Self-driven rush. I kind of lay out all this travelling and all this stuff I want to do and I'm like, oh my god, like how long does it take me to save money for a trip? Okay, X amount of time, which means I can fit this and this in the next 10 years and then I'm going to be this old and like, oh my god, it's just
overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's just like, just shut up in there.
Do you have, I guess, now that you're aware of that, which is kind of half the battle, somewhat, do you have strategies to help you get through that anxiousness around timelines and travel and saving and...
I don't really... I just have just cry to my mum.
Hey, that's a strategy.
I even did that in London. Like, I wasn't even home yet. and I was like on the phone in tears for one night, like eating. I'm sitting in this hostel. I just made dinner. I'm sitting there eating this massive plate of like veggies, and I was just like, Mom. Like,
and this wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
It was only a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was only a couple of months ago, and I literally just called her because I had like a good Wi-Fi connection, and I was off to Iceland in a couple of days. Oh no, it was after that. I was off to Ireland in a couple of days, and I was like, I don't know when I'm going to chat to you next, because the next like last week of my trip's going to be a whirlwind. And she's like, okay. So I just called her and we started chatting, and then she brought up like, what are you going to do when you get home? And I'm like, and it all just fell from there.
But that's okay. It's okay to.
Also, this is one way to make friends in a hostel. Just sit crying over your dinner.
Someone to give you a hug. Did anyone give you a hug? That's upsetting.
I kind of just. What did I do? I went. Oh, this is going to sound so sad.
No, play on.
I called Mum, I finished that phone call, I washed my dishes, and then I went to bed. And I had these, like, I don't know, all these, like, roommates that I just weird dudes that I just didn't know. So I just, like, went to
classic
bed.
hostel.
Yeah, rolled over in the corner of the room and just, like, cried. And then I, like, messaged my best friend, and, like, I just absolutely unloaded on her. And she just showed all this stuff back. And she's actually about to study a Masters of Psychology, so she has some great things to say back.
Yeah, she'd have some good insight.
Oh, she does. She keeps me going some days. Shout out to Beck, she's the best. Yeah, so I messaged her and she messaged all this stuff back, and I felt a little bit better.
What are the things she said to you?
Oh,
do you remember?
I have to go back and look.
Because I guess it's something that we see, like I see a lot, and I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. Like, classic exercise science student. I love sport.
Oh my God.
I love sport.
Sport. Let's do that.
Sport's the best. Let's go study something that's got it in the name. And
yeah, pretty much.
there's the 5,000 exercise science students that graduate every year. There's 4,500 of them have that reaction.
Yeah, but and then they get to the end and they're like, oh wait,
I need a job.
Wait, what? Yeah, and then they go study teaching.
Yeah, it's an amazing course if you want to learn a little bit about a lot, and have a really general overview as to all the things that you could possibly do. And I really struggled with it when I was 19, 20, 21. And going through it and going, well, I love sport, I love football, I'm probably not good enough to play football.
Yeah.
I am a PT because, well, I like sport and I did a little bit of gym, and that seemed like a good way to spend a gap year.
Yeah.
And then from there I was just like, well, shit, what now?
Exactly.
And so many students go through that, I guess, process. And yeah, it's almost, I don't know, I kind of see it two ways now. It's kind of like we're told that we need to know what we want to do, and I think we're too young to necessarily decide. Oh,
we're not even allowed to vote, but they want us to decide what we want to do for the rest of our lives.
But at the same time,
don't get me started.
But at the same time, I think throwing yourself into something and different things like you have, you see what you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And like that science degree told you that you probably weren't going to be a physicist. Cool, tick that off, like cross that off the list. You didn't want to be an architect anymore.
I think that's why like that American college system is something that's really cool, because they kind of have the first year to kind of dabble in a couple of different things and kind of figure out their major, and then they go from there.
Yeah.
Like you don't get into a Bachelor of Health Science, you just kind of get into a Bachelor and you decide later.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Do you think they should change the way our system runs? Big question, but do you think they can change it?
Melbourne Uni try and do something similar, but it's still broken up into like
fairly specific.
It's still a Bachelor of Science, and then you choose your subjects from there. I don't know, unless they changed the whole country at the same time.
Well,
I don't think it'll work.
Well, it's hard because I think, like, I'm sure you could probably say the same, but me when I was 18 or 19 and finishing school, 18? I was 17. I was 17 when I finished school. But when I was like 17 finishing school to 18, 21, 22 finishing uni degree, I was a completely different person.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was just kind of lucky that I did put myself in at least the stream of where I was going to end up. Or where I've ended up now. I don't know where I'm going to end up in 10 years or 15 years.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
But yeah, it's an interesting one. I've got a question for you. If you could put 5 things into the school, like high school curriculum, what would they be? 5 things.
I'm going to go with broad umbrellas here.
Yeah, load up.
Life skills.
Like what?
So things like being able to cook and clean and do your washing and just live as an independent human in society. Like, I had a mate call me probably a year ago now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name names because she'll hate me for it. But she called me up and she was like, she's 22 and she's like, Mads, I need your help. I was like, what? She's like, I don't know how to work the washing machine. I was like, what do you mean?
That's
22,
all
but she's
too common.
been living at home for like 2 years, like up in.
Okay, well that's impressive. How did that happen?
Well, her boyfriend did all her washing, and then when she came back home on the weekends, her mum did it for her. And I was like, how?
How does that happen?
And then I'm like, you're studying like a science degree. I know that you can figure this out. And she was like, yeah, okay. And so she called me later. She's like, I got it. I was like, thank God. So just stuff like that. And like the amount of people that just don't know how to cook. Like if you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, I don't know how to cook chicken. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, if you don't cook it properly, you get someone else. I'm like, well, yeah, but it's not that hard. So just basic stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler who's just moved in with us.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago. He's learning how to cook. We're getting there.
Yeah, see?
Slowly.
Like, what if he was on his own?
Oh, mate. He would eat pizza every night.
Yeah.
And what he can make a mean burrito, and that's a direct quote from him.
Have you had his burritos?
Yeah, they're not bad.
Okay.
We did teach him how to do it though. But yeah, like cooking and cleaning is such a basic thing.
But how to eat a balanced diet as well, I think.
Yeah, but is that school's job to teach us that?
Well, I was arguing with a lot of people. I honestly think it's people's parents' jobs to be able to teach them that, like as part of raising their child, but not everyone is in the position where their parents are going to teach them, or they don't have parents around. So I think school needs to help supplement that.
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, trigonometry is really important and stuff.
Oh man, the amount of times I've used Pythagoras' theorem since leaving school is just absurd.
Shit. What else? What other subjects? So we got life skills as number 1. What are the other 4?
I think there needs to be some sort of driver's ed in there.
Driver's ed?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good. What else?
I think basic business knowledge.
Ooh, yeah. Did you do business management?
No, I didn't. I know nothing about business, and both of my siblings
don't worry, me
are
neither.
like business accountant things.
Yeah, business accountant things.
Well, I think that's their realm. They're like financial and accounting sort of shit. They're really useful when it's tax time. But
yeah. Well, I think business. I did business management, and we kind of learned. I think we learned how big businesses run, but we didn't do any small business stuff. Which
would have been so helpful for you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I've just been winging it for the last couple of years.
I think the basics of how the human body works and thrives best, like at a physical side, like internally, mentally and stuff. So a bit of nutrition, bit of exercise, bit of, mental health, self-love sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because everyone needs those to get through the day.
Yeah, I asked this question for the first time last week, which will be like three podcasts ago.
Yeah.
For those guys that are listening. And it was cool to see how different people's answers are, because some people go like the really logical answer, and I just want to know how to clean and cook, and I want to know how to do my tax, and I want to know how to change a tire, and I want to know how to do all these basic things or run a business. And then it's like, well, we should teach gratitude and perspective and purpose and self-love and all those kind of things. And I'm just like, I think both are right. I think it would be cool if we had a subject where we went through, well, what are you passionate about? What do you love doing?
Yeah.
Like, what drives you to get out of bed in the morning? What drives you to, go play soccer with your friends?
And I think that's the biggest issue. Like, I said this a lot to Ed the other day when I was filming some stuff for his little human happiness project. But you go kind of through as a kid and then through primary school, and you just do all the things you love. You don't care about it. Like, you could be the worst drawer. Like,
but you'll draw.
You draw anyway because it's fun. And then it gets to a point where people are like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that anymore. Or, girls playing around at lunchtime. Like, people are like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that anymore. Or you shouldn't be drawing, or whatever it is. And then you kind of forget about that. And you don't do it anymore.
And you do things you're told to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that other people think you should do.
And then all of a sudden you finish high school and you have all this freedom because you're not told to do anything every day anymore. And all these people are like, I don't know who I am as a person, because their whole, however many last few years of their life have been get up, go to school, come home, do your homework, maybe you play a sport. Or play
be told what to do, when to do it.
Yeah. And then you give us all this freedom at once, and it's like, oh my God, what do we do?
Yeah, freedom and responsibility all at once, because you've got to fend for yourself, you've got to survive, you've got to work, you've got to figure out how to, if you're moved out of home, put food on the table and clothes on your back.
People just, it's not something that everyone really knows.
Yeah, and people just left in that void.
Yeah. Yeah, and it takes a while to kind of get your head around it and kind of start moving yourself out of that void. But if you don't have people around you helping you, you could be stuck there for ages.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm still in that void some days more than others, but just keep putting on. Yeah,
but you're working out of it, and you're trying to figure out what your why is and what you want to do.
Or as Mitch the other week, we were doing goal setting. Figure out your purpose, that's your weekend homework. It's like, I need more than a weekend.
Yeah, that's good for Mitch.
I still haven't figured it out. Sorry, Nate.
But that's okay. So, going from someone that didn't set goals to someone that has almost been forced to set goals, or to at least think about what she wants to do.
I think I was forced to think about in the end. End goal setting, I did my own way. I didn't really use your things that you
Which is good.
But I set some.
Good.
So we got there.
Good. What are they?
I literally just wrote on a piece of paper, what do you want? So it was like, cook a new meal every 2 weeks, like something I hadn't cooked before.
That's a good goal.
I want to read a book a month, which didn't happen last month, but...
Hey, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, roll again.
I started the book, I just didn't get too far into it. There was those two. Learn something new every week, like that I can apply to my clients, like through the week, so like a coaching thing. There's a bunch of, like a massive list of things I want to learn to do, like to surf, get better at snowboarding. Used to play saxophone and kind of want to relearn that.
Awesome. What kind of sax?
Tenor.
Sick.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
I don't have it. Dad sold it because I didn't play it anymore, and I was like, that's probably a fair call. So, yeah, get back into that maybe.
Awesome.
Just learn a bunch of new things. There was like travel goals.
What are your travel goals? Because you've been lucky enough to do a little bit of travel.
Yeah.
Right? What are your travel goals?
They're all over the place. I really want to go to Japan. Really want to go to New Zealand. Do more travel at home. I'd love to go to Canada and the States and just buy a van and just drive for just... I could probably spend a year doing
I asked you the question last week. If money was no issue and you couldn't fail, what would you do with your life? And your answer was...
buy a van and drive off into the Canadian sunset.
Yeah. What happens when the sun goes down though and it's dark and cold?
You just pull over in your van.
Have a nap.
Have a sleep.
Good.
Make some food. Do a bit of exploring.
That's cool. I like that. Is that something that you're actively trying to pursue, or is that just one of those dreams that you're like, that'd be awesome?
One of those dreams that I think down the track, when I'm in a bit more of a stable position, I can be like, yeah, we can do that and start planning. But at the moment, it's just kind of like a pipe dream, which is fueled by Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram FOMO.
Like van life, and I follow all those like van life and this, that. It's just people living in vans.
Yeah, I think it'd be too much for me if I followed those.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to do it too much.
I have a car on the book depository that I haven't bought yet, but I will.
Just buy, mate. Just pull the trigger.
Van life book is in there.
That's cool.
And might a few others. Yeah.
Talk me through your travelling history.
So I started with a bang, actually, doing uni, and then I was like, all right, I want to do student exchange. Didn't really mind if it was in the States or Canada. Ended up getting into the University of Manitoba, which is in Winnipeg, which is smack bang in the middle of Canada. And Winnipeg is like Manitoba. Like Manitoba's the state, Winnipeg's the capital city, and the city's probably the size of Dandenong. And the only difference is that it snows a butt ton. So my first ever trip was my student exchange. So
how long was that for?
6 months.
That's
I
cool.
did about a week in New York with a mate before I went off to Canada by myself. It was negative 30 degrees in the heart of winter. Did student exchange.
A little bit of a shock to the system.
It was kind of gradual. I left Melbourne on a 30-degree day.
Yeah.
I got to New York, and the week I was there, it was like -1 to 1 degree.
That's not gradual, mate. That's minus 30 degrees. Bam, in a day.
No, I was there for a week. You know, I had a week to get used to zero, and then I jumped another 30. It was like 2 phases, just dropped 30 degrees at a time. there was actually like only a handful of moments when I was there that I was like, oh my God, I'm freezing.
What was it like seeing New York for the first time?
Oh my God. It was just like, I don't know, it just filled me with this like magical energy.
That's
like
cool.
I left New York and I just felt like I could do anything.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Some people chase everything for that feeling.
Yeah, I'm itching to get back
We'll
there.
just go to New York, guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's done.
Box ticked. Next.
Yeah. Done. I found it. No, if you could bottle that and sell it, God, you'd make a lot of money.
Yeah. It's called coffee, mate.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Would know.
So, New York with a friend and then Canada by yourself.
Straight into Winnipeg. And my first experience with a Canadian was standing in line at a coffee shop for like a juice or something, I think. And I was trying to pull my wallet out of my backpack and like stepped backwards and walked straight into a Canadian police officer. Oh, and I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Bounty.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, I'm sorry. And just kept walking. And I was like, okay. What? I walked into you and he's like, sorry.
So it's true what they say about Canadians.
Yeah. They just say sorry all the time. No, Canadians are great people.
Why did you decide to do it by yourself? Because I've two wonderful sisters that have decided to do the same thing. One got back after spending this year there, and Sarah's going to Canada next year, so which will be scary.
I think she leaves this year, mate.
Oh yeah, she's going in like 2 weeks, which will be
this year still.
Before this podcast is out.
Oof.
So she's leaving just after Christmas, and she's going for 9 months.
I think why by myself?
Yeah. This is something I don't think I could ever do it.
I've always been a bit of an independent person. Like I don't know, I love doing things by myself. Like can hang out by myself and not talk to anyone for days on end quite happily. Yeah. I just love being by myself, doing things by myself, feeling independent.
It gives you a chance to meet new people without having the, because I think if you go on a holiday with 2 or 3 of your friends, you're going to spend that holiday with 2 or 3.
Exactly. But then there's also, and whether this is made up in your own head or what, but there's also like the kind of expectations of who those people know you as and expect you to be. Mm-hmm. And so especially like finishing high school and not necessarily knowing who you are, the chance to go overseas where you don't know anyone
and just be you.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity to be able to be like, okay, no, this is who I am a little bit. So
and figure out who you are.
Yeah. I think that was an appeal as well. Yeah, that was really cool.
How was that 6 months over there by yourself studying? And
so 4 months was awesome. I kind of had Canada was my home. I set up my base. There was a shuttle bus from uni that went to the grocery store every Sunday, and I did my thing. Had a roommate who was not around a lot, studied a lot. She was like pre-law, so she was a very busy girl. And then met some like of the other exchange students as friends. And my Finnish buddy Maddy, he was living in another building, so then he made friends with all his mates on his floor. So then I went on a trip, like a spring break with them. I'd met them once when we watched the Super Bowl.
Perfect.
And got given endless shit because Seattle lost that year. Should have just thrown the damn ball.
Breathe.
No. Give the ball to Lynch and let him run. Anyway, yeah, went on a trip with them for like a week and a half. We road tripped it out to Banff, which was like a 17-hour drive. Had a few days there and then road tripped it all the way back.
Awesome.
So I was stuck in a car with a bunch of people I kind of didn't really know. But that was really cool. And like, they'll be friends for life now. So
that's amazing.
Got to spend the rest of the time with them.
It's pretty cool how quickly people can become friends for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you think like personally, I don't see too many people from high school anymore.
Yeah.
And people I spent 6 years with.
Yeah, there's only a handful.
Because I guess it was convenient, and I guess they were the people that were there.
And as soon as you leave, you have the choice whether you want to see them again or not. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like weren't good friends with a lot of them. It's just we moved in different directions and still catch up every now and again. But I don't really see anyone regularly.
Yeah.
But now the people I see regularly are the people that I think, these guys are going to be lifelong friends because we're seeing each other regularly because it's our decision to see each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're in the same environment because we want to be in the same environment, not because we have to get up and go to school every day.
Yeah, you kind of figure out who your real friends are pretty quick.
Yeah, and who you want to be surrounding yourself with.
Yeah, exactly. It was really cool actually when I was in Europe, like not too long ago. I got to see some of these guys again, so I hadn't seen them for 2.5 years.
That's cool.
So getting to see them again was really awesome. Once I finished student exchange in Canada, I kind of had was meant to have a month to travel. Well, actually, I think it was 5 weeks. So I travelled kind of down the west coast. And then the Women's World Cup was on in Winnipeg, which is where I was on in Canada, but in Winnipeg, the USA, which is obviously the team watching them, kind of started it all. And then Australia were playing there. And I messaged Dad and I was like, I don't really have the money to do it, but how cool is that? And he's like, I'll just loan you the money. Go back. Do it.
The old, I left for a while at home, Dad.
He was like, I kind of really didn't want to borrow the money off Dad, part of that whole being independent thing, but I was also torn with how great of an opportunity that was.
Yeah.
In the end, Dad was like, don't argue, I'm sending you money.
Yeah, well, you would have been pretty happy with that decision.
Yeah. So I got to go back to Winnipeg, which is cool because I got to see it in summer as well. Went camping with my mates.
Awesome.
Went to a Canadian beach, which is just the muddy bank of a river. I have no idea. No. And then saw the World Cup, so that was really, really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then you came home.
And I came home, which was...
And did you do any big trips between then and Europe?
I didn't go anywhere. I went to Fraser Island for my sister's wedding, but it was like a family holiday.
And then you went to Europe earlier this year?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Started in the Greek islands, the 12-day tour around the Greek islands.
Awesome.
Which is just pretty much partying the whole time. I won't lie to you.
Hey, we know. We know. Yeah. And I think the cool thing was you're just like, I think I'll be back this date, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. I knew that I'd extend my trip. Yeah. I just knew. Yeah. So I went with a footy teammate who I used to play soccer with as well, and we kind of fallen out of touch, and then she rocked up at footy this year, and I was like, what? And so we went to Europe together, did Greek islands, and then we kind of did a loop from Paris into Amsterdam, Berlin, Prague, Munich, where we did Oktoberfest, which again was just a massive party. Went through Italy and then into London. So that was like 5.5 weeks. And then my mate flew home and then I carried on without her. And I was meant to have like 4 days in London by myself, but I was like, no, I need more time. So another call back home to Dad. I seem to find the perfect times. Like when I was in Canada, Dad had just been made redundant, so I got this massive redundancy package. He'd worked at Telstra for like over 30 years, so for him to loan me money at that point was just like fine. And then I paid it back really quick, and then carried on not owing him money for a while, and then went back overseas, and he just kind of had settlement of my grandmother's house, so again had a bit of spare cash floating around. Was like, yeah, okay. He's just, it's
Bank
great.
of Dad.
The Bank of Dad, no interest, no rush on repayments. Just buy him an extra special Christmas present, and he's like, yeah, cool.
Very good. Yeah, you better be loading up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, he knows how much it means to me, so it's okay.
Awesome.
I've told him. Had a very sentimental birthday message while I was over there, because I miss his birthday. Which probably isn't the way to go about it. Miss his birthday and then call him up, hey Dad. Can't win them all. So, had a mate who I met in Canada who was doing student exchange in Iceland. So cool. I was like, I'll extend my trip and go and stay with her. Because again, can't turn down that opportunity.
Yeah.
So London, Iceland, back to London, to Ireland, and then home.
What was the main differences between this trip and your last trip?
It was like 8 weeks compared to 6 months. So I think the time was a lot different, but I think the time I actually spent travelling on the move was pretty similar. I kind of did miss having that home base in Canada and feeling like I kind of really lived there and got into a routine and kind of belonged there. Yeah. But also then I didn't have to worry about studying when I was...
Yeah, well, that's true. That's a win.
Yeah. And I think travelling with my friend, as much as I love it, I'm definitely a solo traveller, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, no, it was really cool. They were both really different, but awesome.
Perfect. Do you have any... So what's next trip-wise?
I'd love to go to Japan. And Mum wants to go with me because Dad doesn't want to go to like Portugal, Spain and Turkey.
Amazing.
But got to pay Dad back. That's kind of the first... Before I go on anywhere else, tick that box. And then we can start planning.
Alright, well I got a question for you. You're going to hate it.
Oh, no. don't ask it.
What does the next 5 years look like?
I don't know. I've kind of had this idea lately, but it kind of depends on footy this year.
Yeah.
And then also a little bit of what's happening financially. So it'll either be this year or next year. I've always wanted to do like a Camp America in the States.
Cool.
But I'm thinking, can I combine that with strength and conditioning?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of summer camps based around, like, essentially summer camps for kids, where they do a bit of strength and conditioning stuff. So being able to go over there and do a Camp America and like work and do
as a coach,
that'd be really cool. I think.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I think that's something I'd look at doing.
For those listening, Maddy is an outstanding strength and conditioning coach, and she's someone who does not pump up her own tyres at all around how good a coach she is. So this is me pumping up her tyres. That's really cool. I like that because then you get to kind of combine two things that you're really good at.
And that kind of came from a friend who was messaging me the other day. She was in Peru and hadn't got home yet. And was like, I really don't want to come home. And I was like, well, you're going to have to. Because I miss you, so come home. And we were messaging back and forth. And I think I was editing photos from my trip at the time. And she was like, just talking and said, I think I brought something up about Camp America. And she's like, why don't you do it? I was like, I've honestly thought about it. And she's like, well, do it then. Why not? Like, why won't you? I was like, I don't know. I didn't have a solid reason. She's like, then do it. I was like, okay, Mum. Shit.
I like that. That's good.
So, yeah, she kind of started the ball rolling. Shout out to Jay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because I think it's really easy to have all of those crazy ideas, the things that scare and excite you at the same time, and all those things that you could just pull the trigger and do, but until you actually go, you know what, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to put a timeline around it. Yeah. And I'm going to go buy a van and go drive off the Canadian sunset. I
think I had that moment when I did student exchange. I had a group of friends at school and we all said, oh, how cool would it be to do this, how cool would it be to do this, and we had all these awesome ideas floating around and then we just never did them. And I caught up with a mate for some drinks before I left and she was like, I can't believe you're actually doing it. She's like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, we always say we do this and we do that, and me and the mate had an idea to do a worldwide trip and just go to all the water theme parks in the world,
That's cool.
And just go on all these crazy water slides. But like, obviously never happened.
Yeah, and you're actually doing it.
Yeah, and she was like, but you're actually doing this. She's like, you've been talking about this like all of high school and you're actually doing it. I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it's not the norm. It's not normal that people just do the things that they say they're going to do. Yeah. And like that's something that I certainly try.
I was going to say you strive at that.
I love that because it's, if I say I want to do something, it's because I want to do it. So if I want to do it, then why not just figure out how to make it work?
I feel like you and me are so different. Like if you're like, oh yeah, let's just do it. We'll do it tomorrow with no prior prep. Whereas I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it in 4 months when I've got some things in place and we're ready to go. Yeah. Yeah. Like who does a triathlon and doesn't train for it?
Yeah, but I just wanted to experience what it was like.
I would have crumbled in the first kilometre of the run.
Yeah, maybe with the hip, but I think if I have that. The way I look at it is if I have that fear around not doing it,
the longer you wait, the worse it'll be.
It's like, or the longer I wait, it'll mean it just won't actually happen. Yeah. And I think, when was it now? It was a few weeks ago now, but I did that trip where I'd spend a couple of days by myself. Yeah. And just kayaked, and I hadn't spent time in a sea kayak for a long time, and it was in the middle, just like ticking along next to Bass Strait and things like that, and I was. Just before I went on the trip, one of the guys said to me, he's like, I could never do that. I'm like, well, you could. Like, you just need to do it. Like, it's not something... This is completely out of my comfort zone. This is super scary, but I'm so excited to do it.
We were taking bets on how long you'd last.
Yeah, and I'm alive.
Yeah, true.
So, eat a bag, everyone. Who said that I'd be alive?
Oh, we all kind of thought you'd get back in... one piece eventually. We just didn't know how many road bumps there'd be on the way. Yeah, there was a couple of times where the group message would just light up with a message and I'd just lose it laughing like, who thinks Wallace is just stranded and sunburnt on an island right now?
I appreciate how much faith my staff had to get back.
Yeah, we were all a little worried, I think. Like, what happens if Wallace doesn't come back? Oh my God,
yeah, who's in charge?
Mitch!
I like how, the 12-year-old, it just reverts back to being in charge. Yeah. That's good. No, we'd be okay.
Mitch has got it sorted more than anyone, I reckon.
That's probably a fair call.
And he just doesn't, I don't know if he does or he just doesn't show it, but he just doesn't stress.
It's good that you've talked about him because he'll be the podcast before you, so everyone can listen to that and then listen to this.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, he's got it covered.
What a guy.
Yeah. But I think that, like, back to that point about just doing stuff, like, I'm going to South America for 6 weeks, kind of on a whim.
Like, you have time to plan that, though.
Yeah, I had time to plan it, but booking it was kind of like a 2-week process.
Europe was even less.
Well, that's awesome. Like, for me, it was James, one of my mates went, I got a wedding in South America in March. I'm like, that's awesome. He's like, you should come. I'm like, okay. And then later that night I was listening and, like, kind of just said it.
Yeah.
And later that night I was listening to a podcast that was with the guy that started Intrepid Travel. I think it was in an Adventure Fit episode, so shout out to Tom and Doc, those boys. But I think they were talking about how often he went away when he was starting Intrepid, and obviously he started because it was a travel company, so him and his business partner love travel, and their thing that they kind of landed on was that they have to spend 3 months of the year away from the business. So rather than a maximum, it was a minimum.
Okay.
And that minimum, they said, made them put people in positions to run the business without them.
Yeah.
And to keep the business ticking along without them, which I thought was really cool. And then I called James the next day and I said, mate, let's book it. And he goes, really? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. 6 weeks. I think he said 4 weeks, and I managed to squeeze it out to 6. Both being business owners, we probably couldn't have gone much longer.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, it's like Europe. Like, I rocked up to footy training, and it's something I'd been thinking about for a while, and I kind of knew that I wanted to go at the end of the season, but I was kind of at the point, like, I don't think it'll happen. But I knew that if I squeezed, I could make it happen.
Yeah.
And I got to footy and I said something to my mate. She's like, oh yeah, I want to go too. I was like, oh yeah. She's like, I'll come with you. I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, a couple of days later, I saw this thing pop up for the Travel Expo, the Melbourne Exhibition Centre, like, on that weekend. I was like, oh, you free? Like, let's go. And she's like, yeah, sure. We walked in with no idea what we wanted to do, and we booked the trip before we left.
That's perfect.
We, like, walked in, booked, and walked out. And we sat in the car, and, like, I kind of sat there for
what just happened?
before I turned it on, and I was like, did that just happen? And she was like, yeah. What?
That's the best type of peer pressure, where two people both want something and you just, like, get each other to do it.
And I think the student flights chick that we were talking to was just knew we were at that spot too, and she's like, do this, and pretty much just booked the whole thing for us, and we were like, alright.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
She was sitting next to a dude whose hair was, like, up and into a wave.
Oh yeah.
So random.
They're the kind of people you need to take advice of.
Yeah.
Life advice. Wait, maybe travel advice? Don't know about life advice. But
definitely not haircut advice. It was like 15 centimetres off the top of his head. It was crazy.
Alright, I got a bunch of questions for you to finish off.
Oh, here we go.
First question.
I knew these were coming too, and I did not prepare answers.
That's good, because I've got a few new ones now, actually.
Okay.
If you could be remembered in one sentence, what would it be?
Oh. Like, are we talking this sentence will be, like, on your tombstone forever?
Yep.
Or just this is what people will say at your funeral?
Both.
Because
somewhere in the middle.
I think I'd want a pun on my tombstone.
Yes.
I don't remember
Good.
I don't remember what the pun was, but it was something to do with, like, life and death, and it was just so good. It's lost in the depths of my brain.
Okay, I'll try and find it, put it in the notes at the bottom of this podcast. But what about if people at your funeral, what would they be saying? Ideally.
I don't know, just someone who just loved life, I think. And the people around her.
That's awesome. I like it.
Yeah. So wouldn't that be great if you just had a room full of, like, everyone that you'd met and loved, and they were all just like, what a top chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was rad.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Definitely. Do you have a morning routine?
Oh, no.
Getting out of bed's a win?
Yeah. I love the other week. I don't know what I said, and you're like, mate, you're probably still in bed. I was like, oh, yep.
I think you threw shade at me for something.
Yeah.
And I just came back with that, and you, like, were in bed.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's right. He knows me way too well. My morning routine, it depends. Okay, no, I do. If I have to set an alarm to be somewhere, say I'm coaching 6 a.m, I will leave it to the last possible minute to get out of bed. Like, I'll set my alarms at a nice time.
Hey, all the best people do.
Where I can get up, I can get changed, I can get ready for the day, I can eat my breakfast. But I will literally wait to the last minute, race around my house getting everything ready, getting changed, make my breakfast, and eat it in the car. And then I get there, like, relatively on time. Most of the time.
Mostly relatively on time.
Yeah.
Good. Tell me something not many people know about you.
I was going to say, I already said I played the saxophone. Not a lot of people know that.
No, it doesn't matter. I need a freshie. Everyone knows it now.
Yeah. Shit. I was going to say, I'm just a massive teddy bear. I'm the biggest softie, but I feel like everyone knows that too. Like the BFG. I own all 5, and people don't often know that there's 5, all 5 Bring It On movies on DVD.
Wowzers, I didn't even know there was 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
The second one's terrible, don't waste your time.
Whack! If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be?
Oh my god.
I love these questions.
These are just...
Come on, these are old ones. You would have heard some of these.
I know, and I just was like, oh, it's fine, I'll never do a podcast. And here we are. He'll never get me in here. I think if everybody knew how to make themselves happy.
Oh, I love that so much. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. How do you make yourself happy?
It varies.
Yeah.
Like the other week, I was having a shit one, so I just went home and just cooked for a few hours.
Cool.
And I was like, yeah, cool. Or the other week, I shouldn't have done this, and my body paid me back so kindly. I went out the back and I ran around and kicked the soccer ball around. Just had shots of goal with my music in. I used to do that for hours.
But sometimes that's what we need for up top, even if our body...
Up top was great.
Yeah.
I had a really bad back for like the rest of the week because my hips were so out of whack that it just all crumbled down. But mentally, I felt great.
Hey, that's a win. What is success to you?
I knew this was coming too. I was listening to a podcast the other day and I was like, I need to answer this.
Yeah.
I think just being happy and being able to live, not too much in the past, not too much in the future, but the right amount either side, but mainly in the present, I suppose.
Good. Well, you answered this last week, and I'm stealing it off old mate. What is happiness to you?
I don't know. Can we just find the clip and play it now? I don't even know what I said anymore.
Doesn't matter. Say something else. Say what's in your mind at the moment.
I think... I don't know. I personally find happiness in like the little things, like cooking for a day.
There's your answer.
Yeah, just I actually have a shirt that says it's the little things on it.
Good.
Yeah, just being able to enjoy those little things. Yeah, there's always going to be things that you have to do that you don't want to do, but being able to enjoy the little things that happen along the way and being happy for the most part, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the greatest piece of advice you've ever been given?
Oh, you're killing me.
I see you squirming and I love it.
I think my mum gave me a quote, and it was, a flower doesn't think about competing with the flower next to it, it just blooms.
Perfect. Someone put that on a t-shirt.
I probably could.
You probably could. Probably should.
Klawongi. That's been my new thing lately. I'm like, how cool would it be to start a t-shirt company? Just pumping out cool designs and shit.
Do it. Just gotta find people to buy them and sweet.
Yeah, right? Just go talk to the Snake Hole boys now.
Yeah.
Help me, please.
What's the greatest piece of advice you've ever given?
I have this habit of getting a little bit drunk and turning into a philosopher.
Good. And
giving my friends all this advice. And one of my friends recently, well, this year actually, been making huge life changes because of a conversation that I had with her.
That's
when
awesome.
I was drunk, and I don't necessarily really remember it.
That's amazing.
But she's so much happier now because of it.
Life's good. So we stuffed up. We should have gotten you a couple of frothies down.
Yeah, nah, we're going to need more than a couple. This is like 4 a.m. sitting in the gutter kind of conversations.
Hey, this is a portable mic. We can take it out.
Yeah, alright. It's Friday night.
So what was the piece of advice? You didn't actually give me the piece of advice.
I think I said to her, I think you're losing sight of who you are as a person and what you enjoy doing.
Ooh.
And you're getting caught up in this work and stuff. And I was like, and it's not you. Because like she's someone that like loves playing soccer and loves being outside, adventuring, and doing all cool stuff with her and her boyfriend, go on these crazy bike rides, and they used to do those like human powered vehicle like things.
Yep.
And she's got like 2 labs that just love life as well, and they love going and doing little adventures and stuff. And I'm like, you've just been so caught up in work lately, because she was like a paralegal like in the city, like at this crazy big firm, like just doing crazy hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, you've lost sight of all that, and I can tell you're not happy. And she was like, oh my god, you're right.
That's cool.
And then she quit that job, got a job in Frankston, so it was like way less travel time. So she had way more time, but then she realised that she didn't like that job either, so she left that. She's back with me at the Maze now.
She happier?
Yeah, and she's been taking a bit more time with uni and has kind of found some subjects that she's really liking, so she's moving in that direction next year. So she's...
And one conversation, one thing...
That I don't really remember a lot of. That
but
she...
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sticks in her mind. And I'm like, alright, if I helped, sure.
There's nothing better than seeing someone just make a little change that changes their whole existence.
It's really, really cool.
And it doesn't, like I was talking about before, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Most people know that they want to be doing something else or want to be doing this. Like, if you... that question I asked you the other day about if money wasn't an issue and...
You couldn't fail,
what would you do with your life? If your answer isn't what I'm doing now, then maybe you need it, or what I'm working towards now. If you're not working towards it, then maybe you should tweak it. Yeah.
I think the coolest thing is, like, I gave her that advice, like, whatever, but she could have stayed safe and not done it, but she did. Like, I think that's the coolest part.
Yeah, well, everyone can sit there, listen to Tony Robbins or listen to Gary Vee or any of the great philosophers or anything like that, but unless you actually do it, what's the point?
That's the part that takes balls.
Yeah, definitely. Quote of the day, that's the part that takes balls.
You can twist that so many weird ways.
What are you most proud of?
You added this in purely knowing I don't pat myself on the back.
Correct.
God damn. I don't know.
Come on, I want an answer. Someone who has every right to pump their tyres up but doesn't, so now's your chance.
That doesn't mean I do it. I don't know. I like to be like quietly proud of things.
We'll be quietly proud.
On a podcast. Yeah, shit. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
We'll work on it. We'll get there.
Yeah, maybe.
Flip it. What are you most ashamed of?
I don't think there's much.
Cool.
Probably nothing.
It's good. Do you have heroes?
Oh, yeah, no. I don't know.
Give me one person you look up to and why.
Well, probably my parents. That's like such a cliche answer, but like they like my dad like knows everything. Like I just don't know how he knows everything. Like he just knows how to fix everything, and it could be like, oh, Dad, my TV broke. He's like, oh, cool, I'll just fix it. They'll like rewire the whole house or like just crazy shit. Or like you'll be just having a shit day and you'll just say something dumb and you'll be like, yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
And then Mum's just the best. Every person that ever meets Mum is like, oh my god, your Mum's amazing. I'm like, I know. Yeah, just them as a collective would literally just do anything for me, my brother and my sister. Like they really would.
Awesome.
And just, I don't know, you kind of don't realise it when you're little, but like how much they probably sacrificed to be able to let us do the things we wanted.
Yeah, I think when you get to 20, 21, 22, you start to realise, holy shit, my parents were right.
Like my mum used to work Saturdays like when we were little, like as a dental nurse, and Dad would like drive me and my brother. We'd both do little athletics in the morning and then we'd both play basketball. He would literally just spend his whole day driving us around. And I know he had a list a mile long of things Mum probably wanted him to do that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's cool that you can appreciate it now.
Yeah. But even now, like the other week when I house sitted for my sister, Dad was like, do you need any money for food? I was like, no, I'm okay. And he's like, no, I know you probably don't have a lot of money because you've just come back from a trip. I'm like, I'll be alright.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't literally do anything.
What advice would you give 15-year-old version of yourself?
Just stop stressing about things because it's not going to help at all.
Can you give current you the same advice, please?
Yes. I filmed like that whole thing with Ed the other day, and I walked away and I was like, I am a hypocrite. Like, I just said all this stuff and then I don't listen to any of it.
But you're working through it. Like, you're trying to get there, which is
we're trying.
All we can ask.
Some days I try more than
people
others.
like, and in the world of social media and stuff, like people look at other people and go, well, they've got it sorted, they've got it perfect, it's all switched on. But
I do a lot of that sometimes.
Everyone's just trying to sort shit out. Everyone's trying to figure it out. And even if some people seem like they've got it sorted sometimes, they're definitely not going to have it sorted all the time.
I do that not necessarily with Instagram, but like with my own life. Like, I remember the start of this year, my brother got this massive corporate internship, like, which was really cool, but I was so torn between like being really proud of him for doing it, but then also being like, oh my god, my kid brother's got shit sorted out, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And I remember like having a tear to my best friend and she was like, why are you stressing about this?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're right, I don't know why.
There was actually a really interesting episode of How I Met Your Mother that I watched with KP last night. That was basically that. It was like two of the characters were having a baby, and then all the other characters like spent the whole episode like stressing about what's going on in their lives and why aren't they married? Why aren't they moving forward in their job? Why aren't they doing the things they want to be doing? Why aren't they having a baby? And it's really easy for us to get caught into that trap.
You can't compare yourself. You just can't. I do it all the time, but I'm like, stop.
Yeah, but at least you're able to grab yourself and check it and go, you know what, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, stop being stupid. Like, you have no idea what's going on in their life. Like, yeah, it could be so much different than what it seems.
Definitely.
Just back to How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
My life goals are to have a collection of friends that you go to a Christmas movie every year, and I just bring a gingerbread house as a snack. Have you seen that episode?
I'm more than happy. Yeah, I think that was like the one after.
Yeah. I think it is because like they all get there and Ted just like sends them all on their way to sort shit out. He just yells at them all.
Yeah. It's you're more than more than welcome. I can't talk today. It's not great for a podcast.
No.
You're more than welcome to come over with the gingerbread house and watch Christmas movies with us.
Well, I know where you live now. So.
You do. All right. If you could invite 3 people to dinner, who would they be and why? They can be dead or alive.
Oh my god. What are we eating first up? No. 3 people to dinner. It would be Dawn Scott because I would just pick her brain about like the US women's national team and like I had a very big obsession for a time there. J.K. Rowling because Harry Potter is the greatest thing ever.
Good.
And
who's your favourite character in Harry Potter?
Hermione. Oh no, Professor McGonagall.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
She's awesome. I need a third.
Yeah, you do.
Jesus Christ.
He's more than welcome if you want.
Nah, he can stay wherever he is. I don't know.
Come on, one more. First person comes in your head, go.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ooh.
I think I'll just get the party started.
Yeah, treat yourself. Good from you. Alright, a couple of favourites to finish off. Favourite way to spend a Sunday afternoon?
When it's footy season or when it's not footy season?
Give me one of each.
Footy season, hopefully celebrating a win and going out to dinner with the team.
Good.
Yeah. Not footy season. Lying in my hammock out the back, reading a book with a massive cheese butter, just drinking wine and chilling. Or with people as well. We can have it cheese and wine.
There can be people, I guess.
People or in a hammock reading. Either way.
I like it. I'm really excited for Christmas time because the cheese platters comes out a lot more.
Oh, it's just food central. It's great.
So good. Favourite alcoholic beverage?
At the moment, whiskey.
Yeah, good.
Whiskey dry.
I like it. Favourite pun?
I don't think I have one favourite. All puns are great puns.
This is
Just
true.
whatever happens in the moment.
Fellow pun lover.
Yeah, just whatever happens.
The quick ones are the best.
Yeah.
The ones that are just like...
The ones where my dad stops and it's just like...
And he smiles.
Yeah.
Tilts his
I'm
head.
proud of a smile. Like,
Yeah. Good.
yeah, those ones.
I
They're my
like it.
favourite.
Favourite book?
I love the Harry Potter series. I think that's what got me started in reading. I used to just read them all the time.
That's cool.
I've been reading a little bit like lately. I think it started when I was travelling around Canada and the States, like books of essays on people's lives, but just like funny ones. So then there's one by Sloane Crosley. I was told there'd be cake. Oh no, it was how did you get this number? And that's just full of just these random little anecdotes of people of their life. It's
That's
just
cool.
I was laughing out loud on trains and getting weird looks and just rolling with it.
That's cool. I like that when you get lost in a book so much that people look at you weird.
Yeah,
So
and
there
you
you
just it's literally just laughing at the everyday occurrences. Like another thing that makes me happy. Just like fail videos of people falling over.
So good.
Just sit there for hours. It just makes me happy.
Yeah, that's if I'm ever here in my office all day, just pumping out one thing at a time, I'll make 10 minutes where I can sit there, eat, have a coffee or something, and just watch fail videos.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good.
So simple.
So good.
Yeah, so hilarious. Favorite movie?
Remember the Titans.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Great choice. Favorite TV show?
Grey's Anatomy. Which I've been binge watching
Good.
lately.
Last one. Favorite quote?
I'm also a quote lover, and I just have so many.
I'm not letting you leave without giving me one.
The issue is there's so many that I can't choose one.
Doesn't matter. Pick one. Or pick two.
There's one by a year soccer coach in the States. He's coaches North Carolina's women's soccer team, Anson Dorrance, and he's coached there for years and just won so many national championships. And I'm pretty sure it was him. Anyway, it's this massive quote that just kind of keeps going. And it's kind of just about like when you're playing sport and you just kind of get over like the power in your head is just better. I don't remember exactly what it is, but essentially... Oh no, I don't. It's gone.
No?
Let's see if I can find it. Or in the meantime, the other one that I said earlier, like a flower doesn't think about the black flower next to it just blooms. And then another one would be the sun doesn't think about competing with the moon. They both shine when it's their time.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
Philosophically, I like that, but isn't the moon's light a reflection of the sun anyway? Just saying.
just don't think too much about it.
I ran into it, like I was looking through something the other day and I ran into a bunch of quotes from Fight Club.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't actually. I need to.
The quotes are probably the greatest quotes of all time, and I've had one stuck in my head for like 3 days. It's just one of the ones from Tyler's. This is your life and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
Yeah.
Full stop, underline, highlight that shit, put it in. Because like we were talking about before, if you can't make that decision and pull the trigger, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
It's interesting. You found it?
No, this could be forever away. I don't actually even know where to find it.
All right,
I have it on my computer and I know exactly where it is, but I don't know where to find it in the depths of the internet.
Well, guys, thank you very much for listening. For listening. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you, Maddy, for coming on. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Finally, we got there.
I would do it again.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
We'll do one at 4 a.m. in a gutter somewhere.
Friday night.
If I make it to 4 a.m. Friday night, I'm in trouble because I got to coach at 8.
Oh, you rookie.
It's going to be tough, but we'll see how we go.